So, seems something which we knew all along has now finally been admitted to. It has been revealed. Rian Johnson, his Star Wars trilogy is dead. Quote, effectively dead, actually, is his words. Now, this is something which we all knew. I mean, we all knew this. It's fascinating that it took Lucasfilm hasn't even admitted it. Right? When asked about this for years, it was always, yes, it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm just going to be doing my Knives Out stuff and then I'll get on it. Yeah. No, Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah. Really strange reluctance to admit to it being dead that everyone knew. Like, it wouldn't have come as a shock to anyone. And no one, I don't think anyone would have been disappointed either. So it was really odd. Really, really weird thing not to admit to. But anyway, he's finally admitted to it being dead. Thought we'd cover it, of course. It's worthwhile covering just to see what language is used. And this comes hot off the heels of not a lot happening in the Star Wars universe. So, yeah. Oh, it does come off the heels of them admitting that The Hunt for Ben Solo is the only movie that had been fully greenlit that was then cancelled. Which means everything else that they've announced that has never come to pass, including this, was never fully greenlit. So why did they announce it to begin with, hey? Fascinating. When you view all of this through that lens as well, it's an interesting one. Anyway, hit subscribe if you're new here, turn the bell notifications on, and let's take a look, right? This all comes to us courtesy of this article from The Hollywood Reporter, where they interview Rian Johnson, as I like to call him, Rian Johnson. And he's basically talking about all of his Knives Out stuff. But he does say, about AI and what he's going to do after Knives Out. His Knives Out murder mystery stuff. So it is worthwhile taking a look at. And we'll flip back to this, but I thought we would just get right to the nub of the issue, which is here. So he said this. This is reflecting on his movie anyway. It says, we made that movie in this beautiful, fearless little bubble. Well, that's where you I mean, that's where you're wrong. You shouldn't have done that. You should have always had an ever, like an ever wary glance at what could be and how it could be received. Just to go about your business as if it doesn't matter is dumb, but all right. And the reality is, once you dive in and start doing creative work, there isn't a lot of room in your head for the notion of external pressure. I think that's fair, actually, to be honest. And also, just FYI, I don't hate Rian Johnson. I think he's fundamentally terrible for Star Wars and has done terrible things for Star Wars. But, I like Looper. I'm one of those strange individuals that like Looper. I know I'm constantly told that my takes are dog shit, but I like Looper. I think it's a decent movie. And so, I don't hate him. He has done some good things. Of course he has. And so he's right here when he says, when you get in super creatively, the likelihood of you having an eye on a lot of the external stuff is going to be lacking, right? Like, your ability is lacking, but you should always be wary of it, I think. But also, you should have been wary of it before you did all the creative work, as you got your idea going, right? No? Anyway, whatever. So he says this: before I made the Star Wars movie, when I was very, very active on Twitter, if someone said anything mean about me, I felt like I had to fix that. Having grown up as a Star Wars fan, I think the love and the hate are two sides of the same coin. The light and the dark. And it's all passion for what the thing is. That doesn't mean it's easy to deal with when it's coming at you in a personal way. That's actually that's fair points, mate. Fair points. Actually not bad, Love and hate of things, they are two sides of the same coin, right? It's passion for something. And yeah, I don't hate what he's saying here. I think it's actually all right. But anyway, So, according to the trade, his trilogy is now effectively dead. Still, Johnson remains a fan. He says, part of my brain will always be in Star Wars. So much a part of me and the way I think. Is it? All right then, whatever. Anyway, so Johnson has repeatedly said that he would still like to make his Star Wars trilogy, but it's obviously not a priority. As noted, we don't know what it would have been about or whether Lucasfilm only announced plans for him to make more movies in an effort to drum up further interest in The Last Jedi. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's not only that either. It's also them just trying to get any interest from anyone, anywhere, and the stock to move a little bit. They do this all the time. Pattern recognition, guys, it's a thing. It's part of evolutionary psychology. Pattern recognition. And also just basic IQ as well. But, you know, spot a pattern, recognize it, and disseminate from that the meaning. If Lucasfilm, on the lead up to, their investors' calls, they're always announcing stuff that 99% of it never happens, the likelihood is, the logical conclusion is that they're doing that to drum up some business for their investors, to get some bump in the stock. I mean, obviously that's what it is. But, they do this all the time. But like I said, so what's fascinating about all of this is what's come afterwards. So the Hunt for Ben Solo film, which apparently people really want. I don't understand why, but whatever, fine. And in all of that, we learned, in all of that drama, the palaver of the Hunt for Ben Solo, we learned that Disney never fully greenlights a movie and cancels it. If we're to believe what they say, that movie is the only one that they fully greenlit. Funny enough, they never even announced it, and cancelled. So all the other things that they've announced that have never come to be have never been greenlit. And so you ask yourself, obviously it's all to do with stock. Obviously, clearly. Like, this is mental. Clearly it is. So there you go. There's not much else really to say here. Good that they finally admitted it. Like, we know it's dead. We've known it's dead for ages, but good that they finally admitted to it. And what will come from here will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So I don't think Star Wars is going to be successful moving forwards. I think they've bled the well dry, and they've spat in the face of all the goodwill that they had. They've wasted it. It's all gone. Same as superhero movies, right? Like, I did a video yesterday where I speculated that the Snyderverse won't come back, even though people keep saying that it will be. But okay, whatever. Love or hate it doesn't really matter. Point is I actually think that superhero movies are slowly dying as well. I think they've had their time. I mean, they've had a good bloody go of it as well. Like, superhero movies have been around for over a decade now in terms of the mainstay at Hollywood. So I just think this stuff, I think we're slowly coming to the end of this stuff, and it's going to go out with a fart and a whimper. Last dying breath. But anyway, whatever. Leave your thoughts down below. Take care. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye now.